The whole house burned down to the ground, and we couldn't save them all. I managed to get the boy out, and at that time I was convinced it was his father Charles who was behind the murders. In these situations, the procedure was to take the boy to psychiatric evaluation, so I headed to St. Benedict's Hospital, the very same hospital he was born in. It was only fitting to visit it once more. He was sitting quietly in the back seat, staring at me through the mirror. When we arrived just before the nurses came to get him, he leaned forward and whispered something into my ear. The hair on the back of my neck stood up as I was overwhelmed with emotion. The whispers kept running through my head that this was no ordinary kid at all. As I returned to my apartment, I started to put the pieces together. They were all pointing at the boy. How could I not see this before? Was Charles right all along? Was I actually helping the devil's son?
Yes, you finally understand your place in all this.
You're him, aren't you?
Come now. You have been able to sense it all along. Deep inside you, there's been something telling you to do the right thing.
But I'm Catholic?
Yes. So am I. We are all just part of his plans. My job is to make things slightly more interesting.
And me. I'm also just a part of the plans.
You have done what you are supposed to do, and you are going to do a lot more. We're only getting started here. And look at it this way. You are just serving the Lord in the end. He is the one who actually devised the upcoming rapture. I'm just putting my little twist on the whole thing. We are all just fulfilling his wishes here. So, just relax and listen to what I have come up with for the boy now.
I was conflicted, but eventually I had to give in. All along I've been a servant to the cause. I was meant to travel this world as a servant of Lucifer and to protect his son. Lucifer had a plan that would bring everything together, and it was my job to see after Lucius. He'll have to look for the answers to this little game that's been created for him. The Dark Lord has taken his powers away and leveled the playing field. It will not be an easy task for the boy, but it's all necessary sacrifice that will, in the end, pan out the way it was supposed to. They evaluated the boy and committed him. He had lost his abilities to influence anyone. Thoughts of abandonment were filling his head. His thirst for blood was gone along with the rewards he'd already been given. It took 6 months until the boy was woken again. No blood was spilled. Someone up there was happy. It finally happened when they brought 2 new patients in. They were both rambling about a prophecy, and to make things more interesting, the other one was a woman of the cloth. Immediately, Lucius realized that there was more that he had to do, so in the blink of an eye, he attacked them. There was a fire inside him again. He was not forsaken. He felt useful again. However, the employees managed to put him down. He was drugged, dragged to shock therapy. The boy had gathered a following throughout the hospital. Some of the patients naturally looked after the boy, but not these employees. They shackled him, imprisoned the prince. They laid him down on the bed ready to be shocked. But what they did not know, and what they could not guess, is the answer to a question. What happens when you shock the devil's son? boy managed to break the shackles. Blood was spilled, and he could feel how the souls were powering him. First thing he did after breaking out was to open up all the other wings of the mental ward. This would allow Lucius to freely roam around, wreaking havoc.
And she told me that I was the problem.
Women. Can't live with them. Can't kill them. Hey, why is the space between a woman's breasts and her hips called a waist? Because you could easily fit another pair of tits in there.
A good one, Sam. Good one. Hey, I got one. What do you get when you put a menstruating maid into a senator's mansion?
What?
A bloodbath.
Jesus Christ, man. You're sick. What the fuck? Seems like a double kill.
Devil boy.
Strange man
Devil
kept repeating,
boy.
Ludlow,
All work
devil
and no
boy.
play. All
Ludlow,
work and no
devil
play.
boy.
All work and no play. Who is the dull boy? All work and no play. All work and no.
Little son of a...
Kid, you're not supposed to be here. That's it.
The nun's room was filled with religious text, prophecies of the apocalypse. She was not there. It seemed she'd been taken to the 4th floor, probably for a checkup after the boys' attack. The boy found one of his followers hanging at the end of a rope in his room. On the floor there was a note that said, "Forgive me, for I have chosen wrong." What did it mean? Chosen the wrong God? Or the wrong son? The straitjacket he had on with all the blood on it would attract way too much attention. Luckily, his old suit was still there. The time had come once again to put it on. Lucius had to visit each floor one by one. The answers were there, but for now, he only had questions. Why did one of his followers decide to kill himself without the boy's blessing? Why was everyone talking about this small town called Ludlow? What happened there? Had the prophecy begun without him? The 4th floor had a library on it, newspapers describing better the events in Ludlow. The boy also had more followers on this floor and would soon be calling on them for answers.
trumpets will soon sound.
From the library, Lucius found a newspaper that had part of an article torn out. The article was titled, New Murder Spree in Danvers. And on the same page, you saw another interesting article explaining that Charles Wagner was in critical condition in this hospital.
Hey there, anything new?
Nothing much. My oldest just graduated from college.
They grow so fast, don't they?
Now, one moment you're holding them in your arms, and the next they're talking about moving out. It's a scary world out there. Oh, did you hear about this kid in the 5th floor? Apparently, he attacked a nun for some strange reason. Now the nun is here with a guard on her door.
Did you have a look at this kid? What kind of kid was it?
No, I didn't see him. Supposedly.
Prophecy of the 7 trumpets. The writings explain how these events would unfold, bring rapture. The horned one would inherit the earth with one of his sons. What it all meant was still unclear. His room was filled with candles. It was obvious that some sort of ritual had happened there, and no sign of the actual follower. But on the floor, Lucius found a map of the nearby area, with the town of Ludlow circled.
So, how are we feeling today, Mr. Smith?
It could be better. I've learned something from this. Human to do a machine's job.
Luck was not on your side that time, was it?
Another follower had killed himself on the 4th floor. At that point, it became obvious that they were no longer following Lucius. However, in the follower's room, he did find a torn-out newspaper called Danvers Post, with an article that described a new murder spree in a town called Ludlow. It seemed that 2 people were brought to this hospital. There was another man on the 3rd floor, and maybe he had some more information. While strange whispers from Ludlow kept surfacing around the hallways, Lucius found out that his biological father, Charles Wagner, somehow survived the burning Dante Manor and was brought to this very hospital. That might be the reason behind losing his dark powers. And luckily, the blood was flowing again, bringing him closer to his father. Yes, the Dark Lord works in mysterious ways. The man had to die before waking up and endangering the cause. The boy picked up some keys from the receptionist. A lot of doors on his floor were locked, so the keys would come in handy.
Shouldn't you be with your parents?
And you're whose son? Hey, what are you doing here, son?
From the other lab, Lucius found his father's blood work. They had the room number on him, and it was on the second floor.
Hello, sweetie.
In one of the rooms, Lucius found a man from Ludlow called Peter Gilmore. He described some of the prophecies being fulfilled in Ludlow after a massacre that happened on a nearby farm. The killer was his nephew.
Oh, my butt! Oh, my butt. Hey, I've been meaning to ask you.
Go ahead.
How are things going with John?
Oh, John. Well, I don't know. He's been really weird lately.
What, you like him?
Of course I like him. I like pizzas too, but I'm not gonna marry one.
You can't be too picky these days. There are all sorts of crazy out there. Just when you got through with the Winter Hill murders, and the same thing happens in Ludlow. The world just ain't what it used to be.
I see we've got a visitor here. Here to see your grandmother, are you?
There was a familiar name, Isaac Gilmore. on one of the blood works. The papers described a strange reaction with his blood, but the information was incomplete. Possibly, the medical records could have more on this. Later, he would go on to find these records on the first floor. From the third floor, he managed to gather a lot more information about the events in Ludlow. But more importantly, he found out that Charles Wagner, his surrogate father, was a patient there. While looking for him, the boy found a nursery. Their minds would be just ripe for taking. Someone in Ludlow was gathering an army, and Lucius needed to prepare. From the weak minds, he would gain followers. The stronger ones he would sacrifice for more dark powers. Ludlow was burning, and whispers in the hospital kept repeating the same name, Isaac Gilmore. Lucius finally realized that he was, in fact, not the only son of the devil, and that he would have to work for the attention of his father. Floor by floor, the boy kept killing receptionists and picking up keys. This one had some important information on him, too. This floor had a nursery that Lucius was surely inclined to visit. I guess it was all right to take a small detour to visit some younglings. They would be just right for turning into followers.
police officer is killed and 4 others hospitalized. Barred and wanted for the armed robbery and questioning of the homicide.
While wandering the hospital, he happened to find no means to be influenced by any outside factors. It was time to change that. Of the Wagners were gone, and in the end, Lucius would inherit all the wealth the family had gathered. No more people who knew the boy's true nature. The strength of the underworld was returning to the son, and he was starting to feel like he could be on top of the world soon.
You should wait here with your parents, son.
Seems like a double kill. Could it be a triple kill?
At this point, he called me. There were no words, but somehow I knew that I would have to wait for him at the morgue. It was strange how, each moment I felt more connected to this kid. Charles finally gone. Powers gained and followers turned. I was waiting for him at the morgue exit, but a few more souls remained in the hospital that would surely give some extra credit for the kid. The hospital administrator had to be stripped down to his last breath to face the judgment of the underworld. Isaac Gilmore was born in this hospital, and the hospital kept his medical records. While looking for the morgue, Lucius found out that these actually contained some very useful information. It was the last stop before leaving the hospital behind.
All right, you can call this number here if any complications follow, all right?
Okay. And
here's some completely random paperwork.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thanks.
And then you're all set to go.
Don't worry, son. I'm a doctor, not a monster.
I see we've got a visitor. What are you doing?
Try to stay out of people's way, kid.
What happened to you?
How did your test go?
Lucius found the medical records of the boy that was doing havoc in Ludlow. They described a very rare salt allergy that made his blood boil when he was even in contact with salt. Lucius was also diagnosed with salt allergy early on, but the effects were not nearly this severe.
That fancy cook should bring my breakfast already.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna starve if I don't get
Hello, handsome. Need help finding your
Did
parents?
you hear about the food poisoning in Ludlow?
Oh shit, I just felt something.
The sensation you're feeling is the quickening.
Hello,
I'm
sweetie.
just glad it wasn't me.
Sounds like a
At
line
least
from
the
a
food
crappy
here is
movie.
decent
No,
enough.
quickening is the moment
Can't
when you
possibly
start to feel
die
fetal
from food
movements in
poisoning
your
in a
uterus.
hospital, right?
And even if this were a line from some movie, then it most certainly would not be a poor one.
I see we've got a visitor here.
That Dr. Shitface Hill told on me again.
What'd you do?
Nothing really. I was just having a smoke while I was waiting for my next shift.
What a cunt.
You know what that doctor is? He's a Charlie Sober. That's me.
This day, it was the administrator who had to take the fall. He would burn in hell with all the other souls that were taken that night.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Huh?
Hi there.
Holy shit. Now I got you, you little bit.
I could see it in his eyes. He was worried. It seems that he wasn't the only one trying to earn a place on his father's throne. There was another, and he was already a step ahead. The connection had been severed. No more nightly visits from Lucifer. No more holding hands and telling him what to do. It was a competition, and there could only be one. The one who was able to fulfill the prophecies would gain the powers needed to sit on the lap of the one true evil. If unable, all others would perish with all the rest of the mortals while the apocalypse would set upon the living world. This was all preparation for the final conflict between heaven and earth. The final conflict that would revitalize humanity and create a new beginning. Whose beginning? It remains to be seen.
Howdy there, little mister.
Oh my, look what we've got here. Aren't you a...
Hello, Braden. How are you?
Hey, Donna. I'm great. How are you? How's your brother?
Well, you know, he is very busy at the hospital. I don't get to see him that much.
Well, at least he can spend some quality time with his wife there.
I'm not so sure about the quality with all these incidents and all.
Oh, yeah. First the Winter Hill Massacre, and now the Gilmore House. I definitely chose the right profession. I could not take a minute.
Oh! What's that? What the hell?
They call the lock, don't they?
Isaac was here already. The fire had been started and blood was spilled on the fields. It was then when the town's emergency horn started its ear-shattering sound. This was clearly making the first horn, and it was not Lucius who had fulfilled this. Soon the locals would be here, putting the fires out.
Hey kid, where are your parents?
Morning, sir.
Morning, miss. I'd like to make...
Okay, sir.
So, what I'm seeing here in your credit check statement is that a loan of that caliber is simply something that the bank cannot extend.
But you give that piece of shit Gilmore a full loan?
I don't seem to have enough here, sir.
Unfortunate tragedy at their house. They still had a very good record of paying their bills on time. Can you say the same?
What I can do?
Hey, what was that?
All right, now you've done it, son.
Huh?
Greetings.
What in the world? I must be losing my mind.
What the hell was that?
I think that's enough for today, Andrew.
That's all right. I'll just go and buy some rope so I can hang myself.
Does that Gilmore kid do a favor?
You think it was the kid who did it? What's his name? Isaac or something?
It's the same thing that happened in Winter Hill. Kid got messed up and raped the whole house. It's the devil that's coming. It's the trumpets that's blowing.
Yeah. We've heard this all before. End of the world is coming, blah, blah, blah.
Mark my word. Mark my word.
What the is that? Huh?
It seems that everyone was a bit wary around the town. It's clear that the Gilmore murders are affecting them. And even though Lucius was a bit worried of this boy being his brother in evil, he still got an odd satisfaction in the atmosphere. It feeds them both.
Where's your mommy and dad?
Oh, just look at how handsome you are.
Hey boy, what are you doing?
He picked up the Bible and looked into these prophecies with more detail. It was time for the 7 trumpets. Upon the first trumpet sound, hail and fire, mixed with blood, is thrown to the earth, burning up 1/3 of the trees on the planet and all the green grass. From the map, he could work out the nearby area of the town. It seemed that the whole state's water treatment plant is located here. This is certainly not a coincidence. There are no coincidences tonight. Everything that happens from now on happens for a reason. Bonfire on the field and the burning cross meant that Gilmore was already working towards the 7 trumpets. The boy was falling behind, so I decided to help him by stealing a truck filled with pesticides. It would take the boy straight to the 3rd trumpet, leaving Isaac fulfilling the 2nd. It would be through the nearby water plant, where wormwood would poison 1/3 of the water sources and men would die drinking it. That would even the score between Lucius and Isaac, putting them both on the same level. It would be a race to the finish between the 2 grim brothers. Whoever stood alone at the end would alone be worthy to sit on the dark throne.
Hey, do you smell smoke?
You're right. I wonder if something's burning.
If that's the case, I hope it doesn't have anything to do with the Gilmore event.
Yeah, the world's so fucked up these days.
I can't even imagine what goes inside the heads of people who do things like that.
Well, they're just born that way, I think. Rotten apples, amongst others.
Said. By the 2nd trumpet sounding, it cues something like a great burning mountain that plunges into the sea and wipes out 1/3 of all sea life in ships. 1/3 of the oceans will become blood. This was Isaac's doing. We would have to work fast if we wanted to gain the same prestige he was currently gaining.
Seems like a double kill. Move along, huh? Move it, move it.
Hi there.
guys playing tricks on me?
Greetings.
Water had to flow through this backup purification station, and it had been disabled now. This was the final water filter that took the last of the impurities from the water. Ludlow was close to the largest lake in the area, and it was here where all the state's water was filtered. By the sound of the third trumpet, a great star called Wormwood, or in this case, the Wormwood Truck, falls to the earth, poisoning a third of the state's fresh water sources. Men will die from drinking its bitter taste. Lucius had poisoned the water supply. A horn started to sound as the mark of the beast, and this cleansing had begun. The boy was still gaining more powers, and that confirmed the path he had taken towards evil. He was sure he was going to meet Isaac Gilmore soon enough. Isaac was able to bring forth a meteor that plunged into the sea, and Lucius was able to poison the water supplies. Together, their havoc was devastating the earth. By shutting down the town's power plant, Lucius would bring complete darkness to Ludlow and gain more momentum.
Really? Which hospital? St. Benedict's?
Yeah, I heard someone had like a massive killing spree out there.
What? Who? But why? Oh.
No one knows yet. Most of the incapacitated patients were murdered in their sleep, and a bunch of kids were found dead too.
Oh, fuck me, man. No.
When the fox hears the rabbit scream, he comes a-running, but not to help.
Tell me about it.
taking you to the authorities.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here.
Breaking the power transformers did shut down the lights from the town. Only the fires in the village were visible.
Holy shit. Hey, are you allowed to be here by yourself?
blood was also a nice bonus for the boy. It was surely giving him some extra strength to carry on with. Energy batteries will taketh the darkness away that we are so keen for. Disabling it will secure safe passage for the underworld's travelers. For an 8-year-old boy, Lucius had gained certainly some extra knowledge from the darkness that he serves. By breaking the fuses, he made sure that the darkness will not lift from Ludlow. The fourth horn echoed from the mountains as the animals all hailed the coming of the new age. 1/3 of the light shining from the sun, the moon, and the stars became dark. A lunar eclipse graced the sky fittingly as the Lord was returning to walk the earth. A nearby research facility kept a locust farm, fitting our plans for the fifth horn. The Book of Revelations predicted a fiery chasm with a great cloud of smoke rising out. The sun and the air would turn black, and a swarm of locusts would emerge from the smoke. All this would burn, and the insects would roam the fields.
Jesus Christ. The whole place is on fire. What the hell are we gonna do?
I think it was a kid that was doing it. That weird kid, Gilmore.
There was something not right there. I'm not sure what I saw, but something wasn't right.
Why? Well, what do you mean, Joe?
Well, this might sound odd, but I think the kid was in the fire the whole time. I need to tell them to get the hell out of there.
Medical records helped Lucius to find a weakness against this other force he had to face.
The hell was that?
The fuck was that?
little son of a bitch!
What the little son of a bitch? Jesus Christ.
So pathetic! Struggling to be worthy of God's love! It's only when you face real despair that you truly find your sympathetic selves. So, I'll show you the pain. I'll take everything away from you and how you will show your colors. So that those who survive this reign of hell on earth will be worthy of God's love. Rest of you will join us beneath the bedrock of justice. The prophecy is almost fulfilled. I will take the 1,000 years and bring you rapture like you have never seen before. You know nothing about true pain. I will show you true horror.
Isaac Gilmer was busy having fun torturing people. Sometimes you gotta remember the main objective and resist the urges you might have for pure sadistic fun. demon using salt against another demon. Never thought I'd see that. Isaac disappeared into the flames as the piff horn sounded. The sound of the locust blended with the police siren and the town's emergency horn. After opening it, the smoke that rose out darkened the air and blocked out the sun. Then from out of the smoke, the locusts were unleashed. It was done. The competition was over. As Lucius returned to the main road of Ludlow, he was able to see what havoc he'd created on this small forsaken town. The National Guard had arrived and roadblocks were put in place as a security measure. It was total martial law. We waited for the 6th and 7th trumpets to call out. The death of 4 angels marked the return of the last angel, and he would give the scroll to the one who first accepted it. This would be marked with the final trumpet. The town could be left behind. The buses that were evacuating the civilians were a good way for us to get out as well. Through the flames and burning buildings, the horn sounded while the boy walked away. Lucius felt like he was finally in the driver's seat for the throne. Prophecy was still unfulfilled, but...
My boy, such prodigious results. I am thoroughly impressed with you.
As Lucius took the scroll, he felt a warm feeling inside of him. Something that might have been lost for a while, but was there again. The sound of the seventh trumpet signaled the third woe. This was the final trumpet sound and the final woe. Loud voice of an eagle in heaven proclaims the Antichrist as a new ruler forever. The rest of mankind who were not killed by these plagues still did not repent the work of their hands. They did not stop worshiping their puny god. The boy sneaked into a bus that was evacuating the town, and none of the passengers suspected anything. While sitting on the back seat, he looked down at the scroll he held in his hand. It was sealed with 7 seals. These seals were not to be opened by hand, but by actions that would lead to them melting away. He had put him through many tests, but now I was sure Lucius was worthy of his kindness. I would continue to guide him throughout the journey, but let him take his own wicked steps. I was to look after him when he didn't suspect it, and I would be there when he most needed it. The prophecy was not yet over, but just begun. Next, he would have to open the 7 seals.
I have many sons, and I will have many more, but this one is special. This one continues to surprise me with his crafty ways of delivering my wrath. His creativity is definitely without comparison, and he will be more than ready to take us towards rapture. It will be 1,000 years of darkness as I take my place with the mortals. They will learn to take judgment seriously, and Lucius will be there with me. My son, the Dark Prince, the little Antichrist.
Seems like a double kill. Oops, my bad. Could it be a triple kill? Seems like a double kill. Oops, my bad. Could it be a triple kill?